What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike and I'm back at it again with another video. You guys already know the deal. You guys can see the title. It's that time of the month again. We're going to be talking about some dividends, pretty much all the dividends I received for the month of October, the best month of the year. Either way, for the month of October, we're going to go over all the dividends I received in my dividend portfolio. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the portfolio. Let's go. If you hadn't seen my content before, I pretty much make personal finance content here on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit that like and subscribe to see more content like it. Past that, if you guys haven't seen my Robinhood portfolio, unlike some of my other portfolios when it comes to investing into the stock market, is mainly focused on dividend and growth stocks. So I pretty much invest in those particular stocks in this particular portfolio, and we're going to get into it right here with the month of October to see pretty much how much money I made from my dividend investments for October. So let's go ahead and open on Robinhood on up, and right now you can see we're sitting right at $39,000 for the portfolio value. Now I also do portfolio updates as well, where I go over every single stock in my portfolio, and that usually comes about a day or two after this video. So make sure you stick around, like and subscribe so you can be in tune, locked in when that video drops. Either way, we're gonna go on over to the dividends right now, and then we'll pretty much talk about what we got. So here we go. We ended the last month with ticker symbol DGRO with about $37, but that was on September 30th. So let's jump into October. The first dividend that paid me on October was on October 3rd, ticker symbol KO, which stands for Coke, and that's for $5.58. If we go ahead on in on that, that's for holding about 12.67 shares of Coke stock. And we go ahead and view Coke stock right now. It's sitting at about $60 a share. Now you guys know Coke is pretty much self-explanatory. They pretty much own a whole bunch of different drink brands. You can invest in Coke or Pepsi, completely up to you, just like it's completely up to me. But this is actually something I took off my portfolio recently, not because Coke isn't a bad investment. Coke is one of the best investments you can make as a dividend investor, but I took it off the portfolio because I wasn't investing heavily into Coke on a consistent basis. Therefore, I wasn't making any extra money that I could be making in the long term. And overall, I put all that money into one single ETF that has a whole bunch of different consumer-like companies inside it, which has Coke in there as well. I talked about this in my previous video, so make sure you check that video out where I go over the $5,000 I invested into the stock market. So like I said, check it out. It'll be linked right up there. But that's the gist for Coke and a couple of other stocks that you might still see me receiving dividends from on this list today. Past that though, if we scroll down on Coke, we can see the dividend yield on Coke right now is about 2.86%. Nothing crazy, definitely a nice dividend, and I don't see Coke really going anywhere anytime soon. Drinks or pretty much or soft drinks or waters or seltzers or whatever brand they hold a lot of them are going to be here for a long time. So Coke is a no worry stock for me, just like a couple of them on this list today and a couple of them in my portfolio as well. Past Coke though, what do we got? We got ticker symbol JEPI or JEPI. That was on October 6th of 2022 for $17.57. Either way, that was also reinvested. If you guys don't know what the reinvested means, it pretty much means I'm reinvesting the money that I receive from these dividends back into that singular stock to make me even more money on the next dividend payout. This is also known as DRIP or dividend reinvestment plan. So if you're interested in turning that on, you can turn it on in your Robinhood or other brokerages if you use them. Personally, up to you. I just like using Robinhood. It's super simple interface. It's easy for you guys to follow along, and it just looks good. But overall, we go ahead on in on JEPI. That's for holding about 36 shares of JEPI. That's for about 48 cents per share. And we go ahead and click on JEPI stock right now. It's sitting at about $54.71. Now, JEPI is my replacement for QYLD. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out because it explains everything. But I just heard, I haven't done too much research on it, but I did just hear like a day ago that QYLD is cutting their dividend drastically. So I feel like I made the right move getting out of QYLD when I got out of QYLD. I didn't really see any long-term growth with it. It's not going to be any long-term growth like that with JEPI either, but the downside potential of it just going down even more versus it rising just a little bit is a little bit better. But like I said, all that is explained in the JEPI video or in the QYLD video, so make sure you check that video out. It explains everything as far as this particular stock. This isn't your average stock like Apple or Microsoft. It's a little bit more in-depth than that. So like I said, check that video out if you need more information on what exactly JEPI is, or JPMorgan Equity Premium Income. At the dividend yield, we're looking at about a 12% dividend yield, and on average, just because the market's doing bad right now, I think on average this averages around about a 7 to 10% dividend yield, but you can see right now it's about a 12% dividend yield, and this is also a monthly paying dividend stock, unlike Coke, which is a quarterly paying dividend stock. So they pay you every single 3 months. This one pays you every single month. A little bit more risk involved. Definitely check out that video like I mentioned before. But let's get into the next one. And the next one is ticker symbol MPW, or Medical Properties Trust. Medical Properties Trust paid me on October 13th of 2022. Also reinvested back into the stock for $17.44. That's for holding about 60 shares of Medical Properties Trust. And we go ahead and check out Medical Properties Trust stock right now. It's down quite a bit since I originally invested into it because the overall market is pretty much down, but it's looking okay right now. We'll see how things play out over the rest of this year. November and December typically are pretty bullish months overall, so we'll see how things play out. Scroll down, you can see I'm down about 23%. Overall, I have about 100 shares of MPW now, so I'll get even pretty much bigger dividend next time they pay one out. And then we scroll down on the MPW dividend right now. It is a pretty consistent dividend. I haven't had any issues with it. There are no signs that it might actually cut their dividends, and their revenue is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. They did beat their earnings per share, but we'll see how things play out going forward with MPW. Right now, the dividend yield is sitting around 10%. So that's pretty solid. But like I said, we'll have to reevaluate this as time goes on. I think it's taking a major hit. I honestly think people are overreacting to MPW. I don't think it should be this low of a stock price, but honestly, if it goes back up, that's great. That means I can buy more right now when it's low, get the locked in price, and then when it goes up, I'll make that profit going back up, and I'll also make even more dividend when it comes to paying out those dividends. So past MPW, can't complain too much right now with that. We got ticker symbol O, or Realty Income. That was on October 14th of 2022 for $2.92. Realty Income, that's for holding about 11.78 shares, and Realty Income is sitting right now at about $62.26 a share. Now, I've been talking about this stock. Well, it's pretty much been on my portfolio since the beginning of my portfolio. They pretty much invest into commercial real estate. So Home Depots, LA Fitness, Dollar Generals, they pretty much own those storefronts, and then those storefronts or those brands pretty much pay Realty Income to lease those places out every single month. So this is a nice little monthly paying dividend stock. It's probably one of the staples, and honestly, I've been waiting for the price to drop for some time, and it's finally starting to drop just a bit, down about 14% over the past 3 months. Over the past year, down about 12%. So this is a first for Realty Income. Typically, I've seen it around the $70 range, so no problems there. I think it'll definitely go back to that range. And over the past 5 years, it's pretty much up about 18%. So nothing crazy with Realty Income, but like I said, it's finally at a price point where I feel comfortable adding some more shares, and I definitely think I'll do that at this time. We scroll down, you can see I'm still up with it just a bit. Don't have too much invested into it just because I've been waiting for it to dip, and it finally has. And overall, the dividend yield right now is almost 5%, so pretty dang good. Past Realty Income, though, we got ticker symbol MAIN, or Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital paid me on October 14th of 2022, also reinvested back into Main Street Capital stock. And this is also a monthly paying dividend stock, so they're going to pay you every single month. We'd love to see it. Right now, that's for about $7.86, and that $7.86 was from holding about 35 shares of Main Street Capital. We go in on Main Street Capital stock price right now. It's at about $37 a share. And we go and check the past 3 months and the past year, it's down quite a bit. So honestly, this might be one of those golden opportunities to invest in such a solid business development type of company. Pretty much they invest into other companies and overall receive a return from those companies as time goes on. So they don't do too much. Overall, they're just loaning money to other companies and hopefully they get a return back. But they're pretty good with it, and they've been doing pretty good with it for a while now. So I'm not going to complain there at all. And I definitely will be buying more, especially as a monthly paying dividend stock at this price point. I think this is great. $37 a share. Anything lower than that, even better, but I'm cool with it. So if we scroll on down, I have about 35 shares still. Need to buy some more. Overall, I'm only down about 2% with it, so I'm definitely gonna grab some more. And the dividend yield is almost 7% right now. A 7% dividend yield on a stock that's only $37 that's gonna pay you every single month, and they're doing well. Their next earnings is actually on November 3rd, so we'll see how that plays out. So definitely be on the lookout for Main Street Capital coming up over the next couple of days. Past that, though, we got ticker symbol what? We'll find out in a couple of seconds. Ticker symbol STAG, or Stag Industrial. Stag Industrial, I believe, I gotta double check this. I believe they're monthly paying dividend. I believe they were quarterly, but they changed it to monthly. But I'll double check it. Either way, I'll probably put something at the bottom of the screen to let you know. Either way, October 17th of 2022, also reinvested back into Stag stock, sitting at $6.79 that they paid me on that dividend, which will also be reinvested back into Stag stock. That was for holding about 55 shares of Stag. Right now, Stag is sitting at $31.67. I originally bought Stag, I believe, around $41 or $42. So I'm down pretty big on Stag, but definitely believe in Stag or this industrial real estate stock for the long term. They pretty much invest into warehouses. I've talked about it enough on the channel. Those warehouses, of course, companies like Amazon, McCormick, and other big name companies need those need that warehouse space to pretty much do their job. You know, FedEx, UPS, all their customers. That's simple. We're scrolling down Stag stock. You can see, yes, I'm down about 15% on my overall investment. Have about 56 shares now. Overall, that dividend is going to keep coming in, and I have a recurring buy on them as well. And we scroll down, almost a 5% dividend yield here as well. We're going to see a lot of high dividend yields right now, not because they're yield traps, just because the stocks have been taking a major hit over this entire year. So great time to buy some dividend stocks for the long term, in my personal opinion. Past that, though, nothing much else to say about Stag. We have ticker symbol PSEC or PSEC. Pretty much been on my portfolio since I started investing into the stock market. PSEC stands for Prospect Capital. It's pretty much the same exact thing as Main Street Capital, a business development type of company where they pretty much loan out money. Hopefully, they get some money back in return when they pretty much invest into another company and things work out. On October 20th of 2022, they paid me $7.15. That's been very consistent with my steady 119 shares that I have not added at all since I pretty much invested into it originally. And that's pretty much it. Prospect Capital is sitting right now at $7.24 a share. Nothing to complain about here. Nothing's changed. I'm just holding what I have. I haven't bought any more in, I think, almost a year now, and that's pretty much it. Sitting at about a 10% dividend yield. Amazing. Very consistent. No complaints there. And I can show you guys right here, actually, if you want to see it. But very consistent. Let's see. Dividends, 7.15 for months straight. 7.15. And of course, if I had more invested, then I would make even more. So honestly, I probably did myself a little bit of a disservice by not buying more shares, considering they've been this consistent. So let's see how many shares I had when it was at 7.10. 118 shares. So yeah, very consistent. No complaints. Might grab some more, might not. I haven't honestly decided yet. You can do your research and find out if that's a good investment for yourself. Past PSEC, we're pretty much on the end. I believe we are on the end because, oh no, it's one more. Oh, two more. For some reason, Robinhood acts funny and it can't get the numbers right for whatever reason. Either way, we're going to show you guys both right here. So on on October 31st, Halloween, which is tomorrow as I'm recording this video, it'll be tomorrow, JPMorgan Chase and ticker symbol BGS or B&G Foods paid me. B&G Foods is no longer on the portfolio. It's just like KO. I put that all into one singular stock, so make sure you check out my $5,000 invest video. And then JPMorgan Chase, for them, it's just a bank. I have a lot of their credit cards. I use their business bank accounts. I use some of their regular checking accounts. So it makes a lot of sense, I think, personally, for me to be invested into JPMorgan Chase. But either way, JPMorgan Chase paid me $11.60. You can go on into that for holding 11 shares and 11.6 shares, which is funny. And if we scroll on in, that is for, well, JPMorgan Chase stock. I'm all over the place now. JPMorgan Chase stock is right now at $126 a share. It's been doing pretty well, I believe, over the past week and the past month. Yes, up 20% over the past month. I knew it. I should have grabbed some more under $100 because it was definitely under $100 for a little bit of time. I could have grabbed some, but I honestly missed out on that, and it's still moving up. And I'm overall down about 7% with it, so I definitely should have grabbed some more. That's on me. I knew I should have bought some more of this. Past JPMorgan Chase, so we scroll on down a little bit. They're sitting right now at about a dividend yield of 3%. Nothing crazy, but for bank stock, that's pretty average and pretty fine with me. And like I said, overall, I'm a heavily invested customer with JPMorgan Chase, so I need to be a heavily invested investor with them as well. Same thing goes for other companies as well, which I mentioned on the channel enough. Past JPMorgan Chase, though, we have ticker symbol BGS. Like I mentioned before, they also paid me on October 31st or Halloween. Boo. Either way, that's for 52 shares, and I overall don't have this on my portfolio anymore, but I already got that payout, so we're good to go. We go on in, $16.31 a share. They went up about 15% this week, which is great, but overall, I just don't see them recovering long term. They've been doing pretty terrible over the past couple of years now, so not too worried about this recovering back to around when I bought it at, which is about, I think, $30 a share. So all of it is gone off the portfolio. As you can see, I'm just getting the dividend, and this is probably my last dividend I'll receive from them. And overall, the dividend yield right now is about 12%. I do not recommend you buy this company unless you want to go ahead and do your own research and find out that it's actually a good investment to you. I would steer clear from this one. Just saying, just putting that out there. But past that, that is all the dividends that I was paid in October. The rest of them are November. Some of them are already locking in, and I'll receive more as the time goes on. So overall, I believe the dividend payout, if I did my math right earlier, is about $101.75 for the month of October, which is honestly a pretty slow month for me when it comes to dividend payouts. So great, over $100 in passive income this month. We're gonna get over, I believe, well over $1,200 this particular year in 2022, and of course even more as time goes on. I use a dividend tracker known as trackyourdividends.com. Super simple, super solid. I don't have a link for it, or I don't have a referral link or anything for it, but if you guys want to check that video out and see how everything works when it comes to tracking your own dividends, a link will be right up there for that particular video. But past that, that's pretty much it. That's all the dividends that I received for the month of October. Cheers to November and December being even better than this month and even better than the previous months throughout this entire year, because it's been pretty rough. But overall, it's looking okay right now. We'll see how this little rally that we're on for the past week or so goes over the next couple of weeks. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys in the portfolio update, and I'll also get you updated on some other dividend stocks that you can grab that's going to pay you every single month with some solid dividend income that you love to see in that particular portfolio, or just as passive income for yourself. Completely up to you. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay positive. Stay hydrated. Dollar Mike. Peace.